So today I'm going to be talking about HTML links. So I'll show you how to create links to other resource on the internet and how to create link to your own internal resource. And we are going to be talking about meta tags, semantic, and forms. All right, so let's start with HTML links. So let's continue from the previous lecture. I'm sorry, project that we've been working on since the first day of the class. So this is the Anita Joyce profile and portfolio website. And as you can see, we have this page here. We have this page here. But we might, if you come to this section here where we have, I think it's not here. Oh, it's not. We don't have it here. So we don't have, if you check this profile, we don't have a contact or section. In fact, let's view this in the browser. So I will just click on go live to view in the browser. All right, so this is here. So as you can see, I think I need to. Okay, so as you can see, we have just a name here, image, and some other stuff, but we don't have like a contact page on this, a contact section. So instead of me adding this contact section to this page, I will create a new page for the contact section. So let's do that right here. So I'll come down here and I'll click on new file, and I'm just going to create a contact page. So I'll call this contact.html. Contact.html. Now enter. All right. So let me show you a feature in VS Code. In VS Code, there's something called emmet in VS Code. Emmet. This is the name emmet. I don't know if you can see my screen. So this is your emmet. Now this emmet is an extension that comes by default to it. It comes with VS Code. Now what emmet helps you to do is to write HTML faster. It helps you to write HTML faster. That's why I can do something like this. If I want to type H1, instead of me doing this lesser than H1, I can just press H1 and you'll see that it will be giving me suggestion while I'm typing. I see these suggestions and I can click on this H1 and automatically I get this. So that's how it is. So with Emmet, I can also generate the complete HTML structure. So instead of me typing it from scratch by saying HTML, body, and the rest, all I need to do is just say exclamation. And if I type exclamation, you'll see this and this. So I'll just pick the first one. And as you can see, I have all the HTML structure here. Or I think another way to do it is to say HTML5 and we click on this HTML5 and you still have the same document here. So this is how it is. All right. So let me do this once again. Just do HTML5, then you select the second option. Yeah, good to go. Okay. So right here, I will just come to this page here and I'll say H1 and I'll say contacts, contact me. And in this contact me section, I can add some stuff here. So the first thing I want to add is, let me put a paragraph, my phone number. So I can use a strong tag to make it bold and I'll say phone. And let me do something like this. Phone. Here I can put a phone number 23490. So this is the phone number. You can do another one for email and I'll say and it's Joel at email.com. So this passes the email. And we can do some other stuff like let's say we have a link to our Facebook, for example. So say it's supposed to be at the bottom here. So you can say Facebook. So this is like a link to our Facebook profile. So you can see and it's Joel. Okay. So right now If I save this now and come back to the page, you see that I can't access this page directly. So what I need to do now is in the URL I need to change this to contact.html, and I can now see the contact page. But we don't want that because we don't want our user to come here and be typing wherever they want to navigate to any page. They'll have to type the page in the URL. That's not really nice. And that reason is that the user would not know the different pages that you have in that website if you don't provide them those information. So one way to solve this is using a link. So what we need to do now is to provide a link in the website or anywhere around the page. So when the user click on that link, it will take them to that contact.html page. So that's what we want to do. So we need to create a link inside this index.html. So when the user click on that link, it will take them to our contact.html. So how can we achieve that? That's where the link element comes in. So in HTML, I can create a link by using the A tag. I can create a link using the A tag. So let me do that at the top here. Or rather, let's do it at the bottom first. So I don't know. I might comment these guys for now. I haven't taught you guys comments. I haven't taught you guys comments. Okay, don't worry. I'll come to that. We've not talked about comments. I'll talk to that. But comment is a way of. Let me just explain. Comment is a way of like um, blocking the code, telling the browser, please, I don't want you to run this code. I don't want you to display this. That's comment. And the way you achieve it is by using control slash. Highlight what you want to comment and do control slash. Is going to comment it out. Or you can do it manually yourself by just coming to the first point and just say lesser than exclamation dash dash. Then go to where you want the comment to end and just say dash dash lesser than. So this is how it will comment it. So what it means is that anything you find inside your comments will not be displayed in the browser. That's what the comment does for you. So you can use comment to drop notes. Let's say you're doing something and you might forget later on. You can just write it there and put it in the comments so that you always remember. So if I save this now and come back to the browser, you'll see that those videos and audio are not going to show up here. So that's how you comment. So comment is a way of like removing the code, making the code not to show in the browser, but still keeping the code in your code base. That's what it does for you. So you can also use it to drop notes in your code for reminder. For example, I can say, can add a comment here and say, this information will be styled with CSS. You understand? So you can just put this information here. So later on, you can remember that you need to style this information with CSS. Now, if you save this and come to the page, you see that it's not going to show on the browser, but it's just there inside the code for you as a note, as a reminder. So that's what comment is all about. So with comments, you can do stuff like this. All right, so let's come back to our link. So right here, I'm going to add another paragraph and say to contact me, please visit visit here. All right. So we just say to contact me, please visit here, or rather, instead of visit here, we'll say click here. Yeah. So to contact me, please click here. So if you come back to the page, you will see now that you have the text there to contact me, please click here. So now what we want to do is to make this place, to make this click here clickable. So this click here, I want to make it clickable. So when the user uh, click on it, it will just so when the user clicks on this click here, it will take them to the contact page where they can see different contact information. So how do we do that? We use something called the A tag. The A tag is also referred to as anchor. This is how it is. The A tag, and it has an attribute called href. Now this href is where you provide the path to or the resource location. You understand? You provide the resource location here. Then what you want the user to click on is what you put inside the tag. So let's do that now. So in this case, we want the user to click here. So what we are going to do is to put the click here inside the A tag. So I'll copy the click here and put it in between the open and close of a tag. Then the href is where do you want this click here to refer them to. So we want this click here to refer them to our contact.html. So I'll come here and just say contact.html. And remember, it's more like what I taught you yesterday. I said this is the path. So it's the path. So which means if contact.html is inside the folder, it should be that folder slash contact.html. Just like that. So right here, we have the contact.html. And I'll save this. Now if I come back to the page here, you can see now that click here is now clickable. It's now clickable. So if I click on it now, that will take me to contact.html. That will take me to contact.html. So this is how you create a page link. This is how you create a page link. So you can create a link to different sections of your page, or you can even create it to you can create a link to a resource on your page. For example, I want to create a link that I want to create a link to open this image. So when the user clicks on the link, it's to take them to this image. You can also do that. So you can just say instead of contact.html, you can say images slash profile.jpg. So you just provide the path for the images slash profile.jpg. So if I come back now to the browser and I click on the link here, you see it's going to take me to that image. So that's how it is. So you see it will take me to images slash profile.jpg, which is this particular image I have here. So that is basically how link works. So let's go back to contact. So this is how you create a resource link, or this is how you link the user to any resource you have in your website. But that's not the only thing you can do. Aside linking the user or referring the user to a resource on your website, you can also link them to other external resource, like link them so when they click create a kind of link, so when they click on it, it will make a phone call and some other ones. So let's see them. So if I come to this contact page, you'll see now that in the contact page you have a phone number. So we want to also make this a call link. So when the user click on it, it will start calling the number. So the way you do that is, oh sorry, it will dial the number. So we have to come to contact. Now what I want to do is I will remove this phone number here, and I'll bring the anchor tag and I'll put it in between. All right, so or rather instead of, okay, let's do it that way. So I'll come here, I'll put the phone number. Then here, so we want the phone number to be clickable. So when you click on the phone number, it will take the user to whatever we put here. So what they will put here is the phone number. But before putting the phone number, you have to say tell colon, then you put the phone number. So what you are trying to say here is that you are referring the user to a telephone number. That's why you have to start with tell colon before putting the number there. So what it means is that when the user clicks on this phone number, is going to dial this phone number. That's how it works. So let's come back and see how it goes. So as you can see, I have the phone number there now. If I click on the phone number, you see that it's now telling me please please pick an app for this call. So if I click on this, my phone is connected to my phone is connected. So what it will do is that it will try dial this from my phone because you can't make call with your laptop. So it's going to try use your phone to make the call. That's if your phone is connected to your PC. So that's your phone link. That's how you create a phone link. All right. Another kind of link we can create is email link. We can create a link to an email. So to do that, I'll just remove this email. Let's make it clickable now. So I'll just say A. I'll put the email in between here, which is what we want the user to click. We want them to click on this email. And when they click on this email, it will now send an email to. This is how you do the one for email. No, it's not email, it's mail to, sorry. So it will send a mail to this email. So when they click on this email, it will send a mail to this email. So that's how it works. So if I come back here, you can see I have it's now clickable, and if I click on it, it's going to try to send a mail. Now look at what I have. I can't. It will show in this PC. It will show in this screen because I'm using two screens, so it's only showing in my main screen here. But what it does is that when you click on it, you are going to see your computer is going to show you the different mail app you have on your laptop. And it's going to ask you which one do you want to use to send the mail. And when you click on the one you want to use, it will open the mailbox for you to type your message, that the message you want to send, and you just click on send to send the message. So that's basically how it works. Then we have another one for Facebook. So Facebook is for any external website. So any external website you want to refer the user to, you can just do that. You understand? So what you just need to do is go to your profile on Facebook, copy the address, and just put it in the href. So let's do that now. So I'll come here. This is Anita Joel, and I will just say A. Okay, I'll just say paste it. Let's call it Anita Joel Facebook. Let's do that. Then here we'll just put the address to our Facebook profile. So we'll just go to the profile you want to use, copy the address, and paste it here. It's going to work. So for example, let's say the address is google.com. So to do that, it's usually going to start with HTTPS, then column slash slash google.com. If you save this now, come back to the browser. So you can see, if you click on this now, it's going to open google.com. So whatever website you put there is going to just open that website. So you see now that I've taught you how to create a link to other websites, which is this one here we did here. I've taught you how to create a link to email. So that's an email link. I've taught you how to create a phone link. And I've also taught you how to create internal link. That is link to resources that are inside the website. That's what we refer to as an internal link. So this is how you do internal link. This is how you create phone link. This is how you create an email link. And this is how you create a link to any other website that is outside your website. So this is how you work with HTML links. Now, aside href, there are other attributes you can add to link aside href. There are other attributes. One other attribute you can add aside href is called the target attribute. Target. So this target by default is self. Self means that whenever you want to open this link, it should open inside that same tab. That's the default, which is self. But if I change it to blank, if I change it to underscore blank, and you come back to the page. Now what happens is that if I click on this link, it's going to open a new tab. As you can see, I only have two tabs here. But if I click on this link, it will open another tab and open the link in that tab, while still preserving the old one. So you see that the Google was opened in a new tab and it's still preserving the old tab. So that is how that's what the target attribute does. That's what the target attribute does. So when you set it to underscore blank, it's going to create a new tab, but if it's the default or if you don't have it there, it will open on the same tab. So that's that for link elements. Okay, let's proceed. So we are done with HTML links. Now let's talk about meta tags. Let's talk about meta tags. Now in HTML, meta tags are used to provide information about your page. That's what meta tags are used for. They are used to provide information about your page. Now, who are you providing this information to? You are providing it to the browser or search engines that are going to index your website. So to keep this information, you keep this meta tags in your website. So when the browser needs it or any search engine needs it, they are going to make use of those information. So one of them is, I think, when you use HTML5, it's going to add some of them for you. So which is this is how you add meta tags to your website using the meta attributes, the meta tag, sorry. So you use the meta tag to add meta information to your website. So the first one is char set. Char set simply means the character set you are using, and it's usually going to be UTF-8. Then we have another one called the name is viewport. So viewport simply means this is used to set the scale of your view. That's the scale of your website. The default you have here is okay. You usually want to scale to 1.0, which is 100%. which is 100%. So so there are other ones you can do, like the author. You can set the author for the website. So I can come here and say meta. So the author is like the creator of the document. So I can say the name is author. So name, what you put inside the name attribute is the name of that information you are trying to provide. Then the content is the value. So I'll add on that attribute called content. So content is where you put the value of the information you are providing. So name is for the name of the information, while content is for the value of the information you are adding. So just come here and say Roland Marvel. So meaning Roland Marvel is the author of this page of this document. So there are other things you can add like description. So I can say description. So the description of this page can add a description of this page, and here in the description I can say this is a contact page for Anita Joel. Anita Joel. So there are more of them. There are other meta tags you can add to your document, but I think this one are the main ones you can. I think some other ones are like keyword. So keywords are just like keywords that search engines will use to uh, recommend your website to on search engines. So on the search on what are the words that they will search for this page to come out as one of the results. So I can say HTML, comma, can say websites, and say mm, portfolio, web designer, so on and so forth. So this is how you can just add those all the information, all the all the keywords you need. So what it means is that if someone goes to Google and search for like HTML, so since HTML is part of my keyword, my websites would be one of the results in that page. Or the person search for the person search contains portfolio, then my website will also be part of the results that would show up on that. So that's basically what these guys are all about. There are other meta tags. I would add them to the classroom group so you guys can read more about them. But they don't actually do anything on the page. You don't see them on the page. They are just for the browser and search engines. For search engines. So if you come to the page, you'll see that you will see them there. You're not going to see them there. So that's that for meta tags. That's for HTML meta tags. So the other one we are going to talk about is semantic elements. Now, semantic elements are used to describe the different sections of your page. That's what semantic element does. They help to describe the different sections of your page. So let's see this. Now in HTML, these are the semantic elements we have in HTML. So, yeah. Okay, so these are the semantic elements we have in HTML. So we have header. Header describes the heading of the heading part of the website. Navigation are the navigational part of the website, while main is for the main content. Section is for the different sections. Article for article, footer for footer. Now let me give you a simple picture of what it looks like. So you come here to Google and search for semantic. All right, take a semantic elements. So if you search for semantic elements, you are going to see how it's being structured on the images you are going to see here. So those semantic elements, they don't actually do anything on the page. You don't see any of the effects on the page. but it's just like telling the browser that this is the header. It's just for the browser to know that this part of the page is the header, this part of the page is the main content. Same thing for search engines. It will also help search engines know the different sections of your website. That this is the header part, this is the footer part, this is the section, this is an article, so on and so forth. All right, so look at this one here. Or let's use this one for example. So look at this. So as you can see, they have the header, which is the top of the website, and they have their navigation here. Then you have the main, you have articles, different articles inside the main, and you have the footer. And if you check this one, so as you can see, header, navigation, have sections and articles, you have the aside and you have the footer. So this is how you basically structure them. But when you use them in HTML, it's not going to look like this. It's not going to lay out like this. You have to use CSS to rearrange the layout to look like this. It's still going to look like your normal block element like the H1 and all that you've been using. So not really, there's nothing really special about it if you are only using it in HTML. Please mute your mic, please. So that's how it is. All right, so they are just used to mark the different sections of your website. So for the header, you can use header. If it's navigation, you can use nav. Now, this is what navigation is. So if you go to any website, let's go to MCD. So let's go to MDN. So if you go to this website now, if you see this website, you will see that this part here is their nav. These things you are seeing here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So this is their nav. So nav is more like the menu of the website, the top menu of the website. So this is the nav, and everything here from the beginning down to the end might be the header of the website. Everything here, I think, including this reference part. So everything here might go inside the header from the top down to this point. So it might be the header of the website. Then inside the header, you have the navigation of the website. So this would be the nav. Then this there's one called aside. This might be the aside. Aside is like side content that is not related to the main content. That's aside. So you can see that these guys are not part of the main content, so we put them aside. So this aside, this aside, and this is main. Everything you're seeing here is main. Now inside this main, you might have sections. For example, this JavaScript part here might be one section. Then this tutorial might be another section, so on and so forth. So it all depends on if you do. It all depends on how you would like to, what the content of the page is, and how you would like to mark it up. So that's what the semantic elements is all about. So if I'm to use that inside this document, I might say, okay, this part of the page is the header. Then everything here is the main content. Then this is like different sections. So this is one section, this is another section, and this is another section. So you can do that here. And I might say here is the footer. It all depends on if you what you want. So let's try that and see how it goes. So I'll come back to the page and I'll come back to index. I'll go to the top and this is the H1, which is Anita Joel. And I can say this part is the header of the website. So I can make this one the header. So I can make it the header. Then everything here down to the bottom will be the main content of the website. So I'll just cut everything out. And I'll say this is the main content of the website. So I'll put everything inside. Let me just format everything. Alright. So you can see everything is inside the main. Then we also have one called footer. So footer is the bottom part of the website. Let's go back to that website I showed you guys. So if you look at this website, this is what we refer to as the footer. So if you scroll down, are you seeing this section here? This gray section. So this is the footer of the website. So the bottom part of the website I just contain like few conclusion information. Like here you can see they have the name of their website, like it's a description. They have their social media icons. They have different links. They have different links. So this might be different now. They have like their logo here, some other links, and so on and so forth. So this is just the footer of the website. So we can check other websites like let's go to Niger blog. Um, okay, let's try this one. I'm not really seeing any websites here, so let's go to Niger loaded. I'm looking for something that you guys can load. Or rather, let's try use our website that we've been using like html.com. Let's use this one. Let me see. Okay, so if you come to html.com, you see that we have some of them here. We have html.com. This part here might be the header of the website. Then these ones you are seeing here, they can be navigational links. Then we have the title of the website. So this might be the main content of the website. Then this will be aside. This one is the aside of the page, the aside content. And here we might have different sections. This might be one section, this might be another section. It all depends on you. Or you can just follow them in the main. So this might be one section, this might be another section, so on and so forth. And that's how you structure your page. And if you come down to the bottom, I don't know if they have footer. Okay, they have footer here, so you can see this thing you are seeing here is the footer of the website. Just a short footer. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So let's try that here. So I'll come back to my design. I can say this part here that talks about the user. This one might be one section, so I can cut this off and just say section, and I'll put it inside. So that's one. Then this might be another section from my service. So I'll copy my service down to this paragraph. This can be another section. So I'll just say section. So you can have multiple sections in your name. Alright. So I'll just push this. Okay. Then we have this other one for technical expertise. So this is another section. I'll paste this in. And let me just arrange it. Alright, then the last one is this one here. So I have this one here, and I can say section, and I'll paste this one also. I'll just come down and push this in. Alright, so this contact me is also another section. Or I don't know, we can make this one the footer. It all depends on you. Like I said, so I'll say footer, and I'll just put it there. I'll say footer to contact me, please click here. So if you come back to the page, you'll see that it doesn't change anything. It's still the same. It's still the same. But the thing is, if Google search engine should crawl through your website, Google sites like Google will be able to identify um, the header of your page, the footer, where the main content is, where the header is, and all that. So that's just the advantage of using semantic elements. Now there are some that are not semantic, like we have some like div. So we have other ones like div. Now div is just used to we come here, we have div, so I can say div, and we have span. So div and span are used to group elements together. I think when we come to CSS, and that's where I'm going to talk more about div and span. But for now, div, just know that div is used to hold elements together. It's still used to like group elements together. Okay, these guys are in one group. Because as you can see here, we are grouping these guys. That this one section, another section and all that. But you can also use div to you can use div to group things that doesn't have like a specific name, something like this. Let's say I want to group this together, or let's say I have another paragraph here, for example, and I want to like specify that these two guys are in a group. So to do that, you can use div for it. But you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to talk about the CSS because that's where you understand it better. So that's that for semantic elements. That's that for semantic elements. Now the next thing we're going to talk about, so we are done with semantics. So the last we are talking about is form. So I'm going to talk about form. Well, I'm not talking about form in this session. We'll create another session